Nearly 50 days now since Savannah Guthrie's mother disappeared. That suspected abduction remains unsolved tonight. But we've learned investigators have recovered additional images from Nancy Guthrie's surveillance cameras.
We still believe.
An 84-year-old woman vanishes from her own home. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, just blood on the porch. 48 days later, the FBI is digging through trash dumps, but what they're really looking for is far more disturbing. This is the mysterious disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, a quiet neighborhood, a secure home, and a woman who should have been completely safe. But one night, she vanished without a trace. No neighbors heard anything, no alarms were triggered, just a trail of blood, leading investigators into one of the most confusing cases in recent history. Nancy Guthrie was 84 years old, a mother, a grandmother, a woman with no known enemies. The night she disappeared started like any other, but by morning, she was gone. Her home showed no obvious signs of forced entry, and yet, something was very wrong. Outside her front door, investigators found blood. Not a large pool, not a violent spray, but something far more chilling. Drops. Quiet, controlled, almost as if someone was being moved. Forensic experts began analyzing the scene, and what they found changed everything. The blood wasn't from a high-speed attack. It wasn't splattered. It was falling straight down, which could only mean one thing. Nancy was either walking, or worse, being carried. Some droplets even showed signs of air inside them, suggesting she may have been breathing, coughing, or struggling while bleeding. In other words, she may have still been alive. As the investigation deepened, authorities turned their attention to something unexpected. Construction sites near her home, workers, contractors, and more disturbingly, dump sites. The FBI began tracing where construction trash was being taken. Landfills, transfer stations, places where evidence can disappear forever. But here's the twist. They may not have been looking for a body. They could have been searching for something smaller, a weapon, clothing, or anything that could tie someone to the crime. Inside the home, investigators made another discovery. DNA. But it didn't belong to Nancy, and it didn't match her family, or even workers who had been inside the house. So who did it belong to? The FBI turned to one of the most advanced tools available, genetic genealogy. The same method is used to catch killers years later. But there's a problem. If the DNA is mixed or incomplete, it can take months, even years, to find a match. And time is something Nancy doesn't have. Then, a shocking development. A ransom note appeared, demanding payment, promising answers. But something didn't feel right. The message wasn't sent to the family. It was sent to the media. There was no proof of life, no direct contact, no real negotiation. Experts quickly came to a chilling conclusion. This ransom note, it might have been fake, a distraction, or worse, someone is trying to manipulate the investigation. But perhaps the most disturbing part of this case, it isn't what was found, it's what was lost. The crime scene was not properly secured. People walked through it, delivery drivers, journalists, even potential evidence left exposed. Gravel found on top of blood could have told a story. How Nancy was moved, what happened in her final moments. But now, that evidence may never be trusted in court. A crucial mistake that could cost everything. Today, Nancy Guthrie is still missing. No arrests, no answers, just theories and a trail of clues that leads into darkness. Somewhere out there, someone knows what happened. The question is, will the truth be found before it's buried forever?